this week I have got 3 brand new balanced bowl ideas for you. I've also created a brand new recipe ebook which is available now on my website. It is called Balanced Bowls. You will find the full recipes for today's ideas that I'm about to share with you in my balanced bowl ebook, plus other brand new balanced bowl recipes. Like I always say, this is my special line with these style of videos, feel free to mix and match the ideas, swap out certain types of protein to suit your needs, to suit what you eat. When I tell you I am not holding back with these balanced bowls, you are going to feel like jumping into your kitchen after watching this video, guaranteed, without a doubt. So head over to my website, go and check my brand new ebook out, along with all of my other ebooks over there. Please tag me on my Instagram at tishwonders so I can see the remakes of these bowls. Let's just jump straight into this first bowl. Let's do it. This is my miso salmon, parsnip thins, garlic and nori spinach sushi rice bowl. Let me tell you about this one. This recipe has to be the juiciest salmon recipe that I've had in a long time, and I love a good piece of salmon. If you want a vegan alternative for the fish, you could definitely use tofu, or you could use tempeh. These parsnip thins are on constant repeat in my kitchen. So we're going to prepare some garlic and nori spinach. I love this recipe. I think it's a great starting point. If you're not too familiar with sea vegetables, nori is always the place to start. It's very easy on the palate. I'm also going to add lots of garlic, so it's just going to be very, very, very tasty. We're going to cook up some sushi rice and add some furikake onto that. So it's kind of like a sushi bowl, but it's more like a cooked sushi bowl. Generally speaking, cooked vegetables feel and just work a lot better for me. We're going to be needing some salmon. If you can, I would recommend getting the skin removed, or if you want to remove it yourself, you can do that. So for the miso marinade for the salmon, I'm going to combine all of my seasonings, which includes the miso, fresh ginger, honey, oh my god, all of it. So I chopped my salmon fillets into cubes and placed it into a bowl, and then poured over all of that marinade, just making sure everything was covered well. If you want to, you can of course let it sit overnight just to deepen all of the flavor, but if you want to cook it right away, that will also be delicious too. So I grabbed my pan, I threw in my cubed salmon, pouring in that extra marinade that I had left in the bowl. Yeah, I just cooked everything until the salmon was thoroughly done. You will want to grab and try that salmon. So for the parsnip thin, just make sure you're using a sharp knife that obviously you feel confident in using, and you're just going to as thinly as possible, just slice these parsnips into kind of like thin discs. Place them on a flat baking tray, season with some sea salt, some black pepper, some olive oil. If you want to spice things up a little bit, whatever kind of spices that you enjoy, you could definitely get to playing here and just kind of experiment. So we're going to whack the tray into the oven until we have these perfectly golden, like look at the edges of those parsnips. Can you imagine how crunchy they are? Parsnip thins, they are something else. So I put my sushi rice to cook. I know everyone has like a slightly different method of how they cook it, but I just kept things simple, just cooked it with some salt, soaked it actually beforehand for a little bit, and once it was cooked, I added in some rice vinegar. So for the garlic and nori spinach, I grabbed my pan and I just gently cooked some garlic, just cooked that down. Then I threw in my spinach. You know that spinach is deceiving, right? You throw a big bag of spinach and you literally get left with nothing. So I threw in my spinach, splashed over some tamari, which probably would have been better to do once the spinach had cooked, but there we go. Cooked my spinach down, threw in the nori, and just combined everything together. So I plated everything up. I grabbed that sushi rice, those parsnip thins, that miso salmon, the garlic and nori spinach, completely optional extras. I added on some avocado, a little bit of chili, and some spring onions. I feel like this is just a perfect combination of all of my favorite things. Those parsnip thins will have you. I'm telling you, if you're not a parsnip fan, these will definitely convert you. That miso salmon is tasty. It is good. It is really, really good. That marinade is mwah. Yes, perfect. Combination of the salmon with the sticky sushi rice. Cooking nori with your greens will just take it to a whole nother level. I feel like the nori just melts with the spinach. Oh, so good. So damn good. I feel like even a fussy eater would love this bowl. Someone who's not really into greens, not really feeling the whole vegetable thing. Miso salmon alone would win anyone over, but paired with all of the gorgeous extras, this one is a winner. This is my red pepper quinoa, roasted garlic, honey hummus, lemon and herb, olive and tomato salad, scramble, and beetroot bowl. This one should actually be called the extra virgin olive oil bowl, because you know my love affair with extra virgin olive oil. We're going to use copious amounts. The harmonious marriage of all of the ingredients that we're going to use to create each dish, and the way that they just merge so beautifully together. You definitely need to give this one a go. So for the lemon and herb, olive and tomato salad, this is where my olive oil dreams come to life. We are going to be needing needing some olives of choice, I'm using some Kalamata olives and these random giant kind of green olives that I also found in a supermarket in a jar. They are delicious as well. So yeah, use any olives that you enjoy, any olives that you can get hold of. As it's getting a little bit warmer, I've just been craving fresh tomatoes with everything. And I love pairing fresh tomatoes with olives. Mwah, delicious. I am definitely going through a red quinoa phase. I was reminded recently of how much I love it. It has a very hearty, kind of nutty flavor, a definite switch up from the regular white. But in saying that, if you can only get hold of regular white quinoa, that will also work. My personal choice of protein are scrambled eggs. I just love like buttery scrambled eggs with a bowl like this. But of course, you can really switch things up. You can leave the eggs out and just switch it up for something that you prefer. We're going to make the creamiest, most delicious roasted garlic honey hummus. Just a little touch of honey, that's all we need, and it just elevates and takes this hummus to the next level. I think it's safe to say that you either love beetroot or you hate it. I personally love it, and I would encourage that if you haven't tried a real beetroot, like cooked from its real raw state, and you've only tried like a supermarket vacuum packed one, just give it a go. See if you actually like it, and you're going to see how I cook it. It is the easiest method, the most delicious method in my opinion. We love beetroot around here. So for the lemon and herb olive and tomato salad, we are going to finely slice some lemon. Unwaxed lemon is ideal for this, just mentioning that. And we are going to chop up our tomatoes. We're going to grab our bowl, and we're going to place in our olives, our tomatoes, our thinly sliced lemon slices with the remaining ingredients. So dried herbs, fresh herbs, lots and lots of extra virgin olive oil. If you let the olives just kind of sit and soak up the lemon, soak up all of those herbs, at least for like half an hour to an hour, trust me, they will be next level tasting olives. They will be delicious. So for our silky smooth roasted garlic honey hummus, we are going to prepare the roasted garlic. So I chopped one end of a whole garlic bowl and I placed it in the oven, just roasting it until it was soft, until those garlic cloves were almost oozing and they were caramelized. And then I grabbed all of the hummus ingredients, placing it into a processor. So the chickpeas, the roasted garlic, the tahini, the cumin, and all of the other wonderful ingredients that go into this roasted garlic and honey hummus. Of course, I added honey. I whizzed everything up until I reached my desired consistency, which is something like this. And I couldn't hold back. I couldn't resist. I had to dish myself up a little plate of this hummus and warm up some flatbreads. If you're dishing it up serving style, then this is a great idea. You could add some extra chickpeas on top with some za'atar, give it a tiny drizzle of honey with a good swirl of extra virgin olive oil. No word of a lie, you will be in actual heaven. Moving on to the red pepper quinoa. Now I like to soak everything. That includes quinoa. So red quinoa actually soaks really well overnight. So you can soak it overnight, and then when you're ready to prepare it, just chop up all of the ingredients. So finely chop the spring onions, as well as finely chopping up the red pepper. Red quinoa has such a wonderful flavor profile that I really don't feel you have to do much to it. It has a really bold presence in anything that you cook it up with, and it keeps well. So this is ideal for meal prep also. When preparing beetroot, my preferred method is to use my pressure cooker, my beloved pressure cooker, which I could not be without. I simply place my raw beetroot into the pressure cooker, cover it with water, put the lid on, and let the pressure cooker do the cooking. Once it's cooked, the skin just slides off with ease. I'm then left with the most amazing beetroot. Add a little bit of salt with some extra virgin olive oil, squeeze some lemon juice if you want to. Simplicity is what I'm talking about. Beetroot's one of those things that I just like to have cooked in the fridge, just so I can add it to random meals during the week. So if you don't have a pressure cooker, an alternative way to cook beetroot is you could just boil it, you could roast it, you could peel it and then steam it. There are endless ways to prepare beetroot. It's really not as intimidating as it seems. The last step was to prepare the scrambled eggs. Of course, you could fry up an egg, you could boil your eggs, or you could just swap the eggs out for any type of protein that you prefer. So yeah, just cooked my scrambled eggs and then just served up this beautiful bowl. This bowl has so many elements that you could prep in advance. Quinoa, the beetroot, the hummus, the olives, salad, everything other than the scrambled eggs would work well for prep and would just get tastier over time actually. The buttery scrambled eggs with that roasted garlic honey hummus. This bowl shows you how to maximize just really simple ingredients and just make it really delicious. You can adapt a bowl like this. Of course, if you don't have time to make a homemade hummus, buy a store-bought hummus. If you're a beginner, if cooking from scratch is new to you and you just want to find kind of new, vibrant, healthy ways to prepare food, then a bowl like this is ideal. Taste-wise, it will not disappoint. Preparing something like this can feel so rewarding, especially knowing that you're nourishing yourself with good, wholesome food. This is my chicken patty, lentil and new potato salad, wild garlic creamy peas, and roasted asparagus bowl. Whoever said you can't have it all, they were wrong. This bowl is vibrant. Just look at all of those wonderful colors, nourishing, satiating, and of course, most importantly, it is absolutely delicious, divine, I'm telling you. Words cannot describe how incredible these chicken patties are. These come together so well, and you can definitely make them up in big batches and put them to freeze just for ease sake. I've been serving these creamy wild garlic peas with everything. It is that good. So for this bowl, we're going to be roasting up some asparagus. Asparagus is in season right now. I love asparagus season, although it is very, very short. So if you're watching this video and asparagus is not in season, or it's just not accessible for you, of course, sub for any other type of roasted vegetable that you enjoy. Roasted leeks are delicious. There's nothing that you can't roast, basically. So another seasonal must-have of mine, which I just like to incorporate when I can, if I can. I love that wild garlic is getting the light and glory it deserves. A few years back, nobody spoke about wild garlic, but now around this time of year, it is the thing. It's hot on the market. So grab you some wild garlic if you can forage it, if you can find it in your local farmer's market. It will not disappoint, I'm telling you. So yeah, we're gonna make these wild garlic creamy peas. It is absolutely delicious, and it's gonna go so well with this bowl. We're gonna pack it full of fresh herbs. We're gonna use creme fraiche for the creamy touch. We're gonna use some lemon juice for that zesty punch. For our lentil and new potato salad, of course, we're going to be needing some new potatoes, and we're going to be needing some lentils. This is a really simple but well balanced type of dish. Again, this can be made up in advance. This can be meal prepped. I cannot stop talking about, I cannot stop thinking about, I cannot stop making these chicken patties. Honestly, I'm hyping them up for good reason, and when you try them, you'll be able to confirm just how delicious they are. So I started off by throwing my chicken into a food processor just to kind of like blitz it, and then I began to chop up all of my ingredients. So the chili, spring onions, lots of herbs. These patties, they are going to be bursting full of flavor, full of so many juicy, delicious ingredients. So yeah, in a bowl, I threw in my chicken. I then threw in all of the remaining ingredients, so all of the spices, and I threw in more herbs. You know me and herbs, dried herbs, fresh herbs. There's no limit to it. I then went ahead and I formed my patties. The thing I love about these is they are so easy to form a patty shape. Like, there's no breaking. Nothing's gonna crumble, nothing's gonna break. They just come together very, very easily. They don't require like tons and tons of oil to cook. They are just all round a winner. So I grabbed my pan. I just used a cast iron skillet. You could use any kind of like non-stick pan, skillet, and do your thing and cook your patties up. As you can see, they cook with ease, no crumbling, no sticking, nothing like that. Cook them for a good few minutes on each side, just making sure that they had this wonderful glow, this wonderful tint, this wonderful golden touch, as I like to say. Taking that first bite of this chicken patty, the spicy element, I put some lemon zest in there as well, and then all of those fresh herbs. Unreal. So to prepare the wild garlic creamy peas, so simple. I just grabbed a little mini food processor, threw in all of my ingredients, creamy touch from the creme fraiche, black pepper, olive oil, lemon juice, all of it, threw it in and whizzed it up. If you don't have wild garlic available, but you still want to kind of create something similar, you could just sub for a natural garlic clove. That would work, and throw in lots of extra kind of green herbs. I love the simplicity of this lentil and new potato salad. I love the fact that it keeps well in the fridge. Like I mentioned, it is perfect for meal prep. If I personally meal prepped this, I would have it with like a soft boiled egg, some anchovies, a good swirl of extra virgin olive oil. Keep things really simple but delicious. So I chopped my potatoes up, boiling them until they were tender and soft and cooked. I then roughly chopped up some chives, and I threw together like the vinaigrette dressing that I'm going to pour over everything. So olive oil, Dijon mustard, vinegar, super simple, yum. Just a few steps to prepare this. I threw my cooked potatoes into the bowl with some pui lentils. Beluga lentils would also work really well, and then threw some extra herbs in along with some sun-dried tomatoes. Just mixed everything well. To top this bowl off, I just felt like some roasted asparagus. We're celebrating asparagus right now in this moment. I threw over my seasonings, just making sure everything was covered well, and threw it in the oven until it was cooked. And then it was time for my favorite part of the video. It was time to plate everything up. So this is what the final bowl will look like. It honestly brings me so much joy just to look at this bowl of food, but to eat it, you guys, you just have to experience what I have experienced. I devoured this bowl. Those chicken patties, like I said, they will be on constant rotation from now on. They are incredible. You can make this pea dip any time of the year. It will pair well with any type of like lunch kind of salady thing that you're eating. The simplicity of the lentil and new potato salad, that vinaigrette just takes it to another level. Paired with the sun-dried tomatoes, absolutely gorgeous. And then to top everything off with some good seasonal asparagus. I was in absolute heaven eating this bowl, and I can confidently say if you try this out, your mind will be blown. This is a really, really special one. So there we have it, 3 brand new balance bowls. The full recipes for these ideas can be found in my balanced bowl ebook, my new ebook, over on my website, so go and check that out. Let me know which bowl you are drawn to, which one you will be trying out first in the comments. Drop me a comment if you have anything to ask me. I will see you all soon in my next video. See you. Bye.